Hello guys, this is Mr. Sam. Today I'm gonna talk about Brian Johnson and his life philosophy. For I just find it to be very interesting. For anyone who doesn't know about Brian Johnson, he has a YouTube channel, and the name of the channel is Brian Johnson. And what he do basically every day is trying to maximize his lifespan and trying to practically live forever. His videos are very interesting. You guys should go and watch it. He's sharing a very weird idea saying that the whole death thing was like a mimetic virus that all human beings believe in. We believe that we will die, so we never try and do anything about it. We believe that we will die, so therefore we just kind of accept it, and all of our religion, all of our philosophical beliefs, they either give us some kind of afterlife, eternity, like they try to solve the death problem by imagine a solution out of nowhere, or philosophical answers like saying, oh, life is meaningless, and you just try to figure out your own meaning, and death means nothing and life means nothing, stuff like that, for you to accept death. And there is other different kind of philosophical beliefs. Well, his point, he actually called his own philosophical belief a name called zeroism. Simply means that he don't want to die, and to be the only philosophical belief in the world that refuses to believe that humans are mortal. And he just comes back with a lot of fun conclusions. So therefore, he's saying because the entire human race believe in death and nobody believes in immortality, so that no one was actually doing things as for themselves to live forever. And he changes his philosophical view first, and then he started his whole project, which spends him millions of dollars every single year, and with all different crazy protocols. Like more than half of his protocols are not scientifically proven, but he just basically do what he do, and this he measures his own biomarkers the way he says it, and then to see if it's working for him or not. If it's not working, then he just stop doing that particular protocol. The thing is, like, that kind of idea sounds fascinating, but it is not so agreeable, like, to me at least. When you think about not dying, he's saying that living forever is the same thing as trying to live tomorrow. So everybody wants to live till tomorrow, but a lot of people say that they don't want to live forever. And he's arguing that even at your last day of life, you will still want to live tomorrow. So every single human being inherently wants to live forever. It's just that they don't have the tool and they are kind of forced to believe this religion or that religion, sort of believes that, okay, I will have to die anyway, and I'll have to try and accept that. And he's saying no to that concept. He says everybody we're not supposed to die. But if the entire zeroism philosophical theory works, then doesn't that mean he wants to achieve immortality? But even if we can break the bridge of like 200 years, we can break the bridge of 300 years, maybe even more, if human have that kind of technology. It just doesn't seem to be practical when you're talking about immortal, right? Because it is simply not physically possible. It is disobeying the physical law to want to live forever. And when you think about it, you are living a life that you are living right now, Like I just really like those stoic ideas when they're talking about it. You are living a life that you are living right now. Your past is a phantom and your future does not exist yet. So whenever you die, you're losing the life that you have been living at this very moment. You're not losing your past, you're not because past has already been gone. You're not losing your future because it is never yours. So living 1,000 years will not have much of a difference than living 100 years. I mean, I think both ideas kind of make sense in its own way, but like if you want to criticize the Stoic ideas, you will say that, oh, but how can you explain even when someone is dying, he still wishes to live till the very next day? Like if you look at it in a biological point of view, every single being, not just human beings, but animals too, they just refuses to die even if they have to, even if the life just cannot be proceed anymore. They will do a lot of things to try and live just a little bit more longer, and everybody just are just so afraid to die, which is very reasonable if you consider that if you consider that Darwinism is true, right? So the species where the individuals of that particular species wants to live than the other group of species, then it has a competitive advantage and it will survive over time. So that every single species in our entire world doesn't want to die. And so when you took it seriously, you will just realize, oh, it's not something inherent in the human body that we don't want to die. It's not something holy. It's just because the genetic coded us for us to for us to try to survive in any circumstances because it eventually increases our rate of surviving different circumstances and we will have a higher chance of creating an offspring. Like nothing really matters if you think about it that way. It's not like you wanted to live till tomorrow, so you would have to, right? But is it a good thing to adapt to Brian Johnson's point of view? I mean, it's certainly not that bad, right? Especially when the whole idea is trying to prevent you from dying, so it's encouraging you to stop eating dog shit food, is stopping you from eating toxins and tells you to do your cardio and your workouts every day, sleep early and stuff. I mean, to some extent, it does make a lot of sense when he is saying that other philosophical beliefs are self-destructive. So when you look at Stoicism, it's saying that virtue is something worth more than your life. So if something happens to you and you have to give up your virtue, you would rather sacrifice your life if you are like a real stoic, right? And a lot of things happens like that. Like same thing happens with Christianity, same thing happens with Buddhism, with Taoism, everything. So and also with nihilism, when you don't believe in everything, you just you be like, okay, I'll just live to be happy and I'll just live to be happy. And then you will eat hamburgers and you're gonna die early. And then it's not gonna be good for you. So, since every single other philosophical belief in the world are self destructive, I think everyone to some extent should adapt a part of Brian Johnson's theory, saying that no, life is more important than everything. You should try and live as long as possible so that you will have more opportunities. Wait. Why would you need to live? as long as possible. Does living a longer period of time makes you happier? Well, I certainly know that if you die to some fucking diseases, if you die to cancer, you're gonna have a very miserable old life, right? You're gonna have a short and miserable life, and that living a healthy lifestyle generally makes you happier. But I guess the everything is all about being happy, right? Happiness. What is happiness? Okay, this is getting a little bit too deep. So what I'm trying to say is I couldn't fully agree with Brian Johnson's idea about how human are inherently should live forever. We're just kind of get tricked into believing death. No, I think death is just inevitable physically. Even if you can live for a longer period of time than average human can do, you will still die someday, and your life is the same as every other human because everything is meaningless no matter how long you live, no matter how much pleasure you have enjoyed or how much pain you have suffered. All right, I need to lock my door probably. And but I'm saying there is a very, very essential part of his theory that we should actually adapt and is actually very valuable. Is just simply try and not die so you can have a happier life. All right, that's for today's video. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.